3, 2, 1.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Fantasy Jesus.
Boom.
I'm here to save your fantasy roster.
Boom.
Fantasy Jesus. Well, it worked for The Rock and it's going to work for me.
Yeah.
Boom.
TSS Fantasy.
Boom.
Yeah. TSS Fantasy.
Boom.
And you just got flandered.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
And you just got flandered.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Yeah!
All right, it's Monday night. Nick's fired up. We got a busy show. I mean, it's probably the biggest amount of guests we've had. It's Titletown, folks. So we're bringing out all the bandwagon. No, just kidding, guys. Bringing out all the big dogs for the Patriots, for sure. All right, I don't want to keep them too long, so let's get started with our introductions. Welcome first to the studio, Justin Jesus Herrera.
Hey, boys, it's good to be in. And you know what? You're talking about bandwagon fans. I never met a New England Patriot fan before the year 2000, so I think they're all a bunch of bandwagon fans up there.
You know what's cool tonight, Justin? And with our trivia game, we're going to find out who that is tonight with our guest. That's for sure. Let's welcome into the studio, Nick, you got Flander, Macaronis.
Hey, welcome. I am converting my new home and my new official podcast room, but right now we are in transition because we're doing major renovations to the house. So the wife and I are sharing, but I promise you, as soon as I got the new one up, you will see it and you will be amazed.
We are super excited, and we have seen every moment of it to our dismay, quite frankly. So let's move on.
No lie.
Let's get our introductions and pay the bills, so to speak. First, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. You can win a Justin Jefferson jersey. Justin is holding it up, and it is protected, so you don't got to worry about those greasy fingers, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be pulling that in for you, so make sure you check that
fresh
out.
out the shower.
I want a Justin Herrera autographed.
Yeah,
that's
there
what I
you
want.
go. He'll put the on the plastic at least. All right, let's also go to tssfantasy.com. Subscribe. You got all of our great stuff on there. We got rankings out right now. They're a little early, but they're out there. We got our contest listed on there for you as well. Check out the round table. Also, the round table has all of our exclusive features on there, paid subscription on there. So make sure you check that out. And also, we're doing a show on your league. So make sure you check that out. Also, go to Underdog Fantasy. I got so much stuff to promo. I can't get lost sometimes. Go to Underdog Fantasy. Hit TSS. Get double your deposit up to $100. Guys, do you know why we do that?
Because we can.
No.
With the
fantasy show of the people, man. Come on.
People.
There we go. Come on. All right. Speaking of the people, I got Dr. Miller in. He's got a house call for us tonight. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Spock, give me a hand.
Back with Dr. Miller and the house call. The summer journey continues. We are are now in New England. Welcome to New England, Dr. Jeffrey Miller.
Hey, thank you for the invitation to be here. I'm excited about the show we have today.
I'm excited as well. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good chowder indeed. All right, so let's go. Again, we're talking about New England, title town, Boston. Let's talk about some percents to the bench, going to the running back position, because that's what the Patriots like to do a lot, is run the football. Damien Harris, percent to the bench for this young man.
Yeah, so he's got the, I think, benefit here of playing alongside of a rapidly maturing quarterback in Mac Jones. Take that, add in the fact that this is a contract year for him, and this may be a really big year for Damien Harris. I want to highlight just one really interesting statistic with him. He was second behind Jonathan Taylor last season in rushes inside the 10-yard line. So he's got a lot of stuff working in his favor. He's going to be a high utilization back, I think, come this fall. With that in mind, don't really have a good take on what we're going to see injury-wise from him. So I'm going to stay with 62%, which for the returning listeners will know that that is the NFL running back average any year. So kind of taking a mulligan here. We're going 62% to the bench.
All right. He's not a bad one to take a mulligan on, quite frankly. I mean, look, you're in a backfield that they split it up quite a bit. So at some point, Damien Harris, I think, just by function of Bill Belichick, will be 100% to the bench at some point. So just to throw that out there. All right, let's move on to the receiver position. A guy that was brought up a lot and got injured towards the end of last year, Jacoby Myers. Let's talk about him, his injury, his comeback, and where do you think his percent to the bench is this year?
Yeah, not only last year, but he's been limited now in minicamp due to what's been an undisclosed injury. By his description, it's, quote, pretty much normal bumps and bruises. Not a guy with a remarkable injury career that I expect to carry over into this year. I think what happened in minicamp is behind him. We're going 10% to the bench for Jacoby Myers.
10% to the bench, Jacoby. Congratulations, Jacoby Myers owners. Now, last year he got into the end zone. Let's see if he can get there a couple more times this year. Dr. Miller, appreciate you coming, hanging out, having a spot of tea with us here in New England. We're moving on tomorrow to we've already been here, but we're going back to New York. Wow, can you believe it, Bo? We're going JETS, Jets. All right, thank you so much for being here, sir. We'll look forward to tomorrow when we head to New York.
See you tomorrow.
Well, I kind of messed that end up because we are going to Buffalo tomorrow, but that was Dr. Miller's house call for New England. Justin, I know that I was giving you a minute or two. Do we have some intro, a big intro to bring in our guest in? Did you get a chance to find that, or are we just going to do?
I just want to say this: you weren't wrong because we are going to New York still. We're just staying for 2 days.
That's true. That's true, right? Hey, what do you forget about it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. We're going where they like to break tables instead of break hearts.
Nothing wrong with that.
I did.
All right. Let's not talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about today. It's New England. Let's play.
So I got a transmission from the mothership. Guys, are you ready?
Bring it. This log, I've already threw up in my mouth 3 times.
The good
already.
old days.
So please. Welcome, guys, to the studio. We're celebrating New England today. First, we'll start with a very good friend to the show, basically part of our show, Andrew LeDuc. Welcome, my friend, to the studio.
Thank you. Look, to think of the amount of clips they had to cut out of that intro, gotta love it. Just makes me feel good. And I must say, Coop, bravo! You must have had to take anti-nausea med to even mention the word Titletown with the New England Patriots. So thank you, sir. I am proud of you.
Listen, I love holidays, and we're here to celebrate you, my friend. So that's the way I look at it. So Titletown, we're here to celebrate. Let's go to a friend. The funny part is this is his anniversary to the show, and he doesn't even remember. Way back last year, we were on iPhones, and we brought Caleb to our studio. It was a big cluster, you know what, but he did come on and muscle through. Welcome back, Caleb, even though you don't remember.
Yeah, I can't say that I remember any bit of it, but must have been a good show then.
It must have makes the experience all the more cooler, that's for sure. Let's also welcome in Mike Reedy, and I apologize because I didn't write all the great places that you're from down, so please let us all know where you're from, sir.
You'll find me on the Undroppables for written content. I write Moneymakers and Heartbreakers. It's DFS, who to play, who not to play, all season long. I write Untangling the Wire there as well. And then I have a podcast called The Cheat Sheet.
Awesome.
Best-related podcast as well. And someone mentioned Patriots fans, right? Like, having been one for 30-some-odd years, I can tell you, Justin, there's a lot of pink hat bandwagon Patriots fans. Bought Tampa shirts a couple of years ago. So they're not all here anymore, which some of us don't mind. Like,
hey, at least you weeded them out, right? They went and they bought their Tampa Bay jerseys.
Yes, they did.
Absolutely. We got one other guest in. Let's see if that internet's caught up. Bob Hyldburg. He's a Patriots historian. Welcome to the studio, sir. And I don't believe that internet is quite caught up yet.
That's his best Bill Belichick impression.
Hey. That's perfect.
He's on to Cincinnati.
He's just ripping us right now.
That's a perfect segue. I'm going to take Bob out until we get him straightened out. But let's start right away talking about the Patriots 2020 season outlook. Andrew, I'm going to start with you. First of all, give me a game that you like on the schedule, and then just talk about their outlook in general. Where do you see them finishing this year? Last year, 10-7, although the blowout playoff loss in a tough AFC. And, listen, at the end of the day, that playoff loss was coming after what happened earlier that season. So, again, what do you think the prospects are and their outlook this season?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that we all knew that playoff loss was coming after the kind of strange game that first game in Buffalo was early in the year. So the way I have this looking, I see them taking a slight step back. I see them finishing 9-8 this year, going down both times to the Bills. And for me, the biggest game that I'm looking forward to most is definitely going out to Vegas to visit Josh McDaniels, just given the history of previous coaches against Bill Belichick. I want to see that because, look, I am now – not because Josh McDaniels is there. I'm a Derek Carr fan. Like, over the past 2 years, I've just become such a big Derek Carr fan. That's a game I want to watch just because I like what they're doing out there in Vegas, and I think that will just be a good game. It should be a good test for this Patriots team, considering what the Raiders are going to have to deal with in that division of theirs.
Yeah, not to get on a car tangent, but I talked about him last year, stuff he did with Ruggs and said, and the way he is, his demeanor and everything. I love Derek Carr too. Big things for him this season, indeed. But we'll talk about that later. Let's go to Caleb. Your perspective on this season, and give me a game that you like also on the schedule.
Similar to Andrew, I think 9-8 is probably fair. I think 10-7 is probably their ceiling, but I don't think their floor gets much lower than 8-9. Like, this team is going to be solid through and through. I mean, the biggest hurdle on offense is really who's going to be calling plays. And then defensively, obviously, you had a lot of turnover. But this offense looks good. Like, just on paper, it looks good. And Mac Jones, I forget who said it earlier, is maturing at an extreme rate. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what this team can do. I don't think they're going to be world beaters, but that's a process. My favorite games, I'm going to the Colts game in November. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to the Bengals game on Christmas Eve, and I'm also looking forward to that. So probably those two games I think are a real good measuring stick for where the Patriots are going to stack up, because those are two really good AFC teams that are probably in your territory of how good you are.
Yeah, take yourself out of the game, and that's not a bad one that I would say. Indeed, Christmas Eve, Patriots, Bengals, like that indeed. Big one there. Mike, what do you think, my friend? Outlook for the season, and give me one on the schedule you're really looking forward to.
I'm going with 10-7. There's been some changes coaching staff-wise on some other teams, like the Bills lost their offensive coordinator. You may or may not realize that their offense wasn't clicking on all cylinders until Daboll got there, and now he's gone. I like the Bills. I think Miami got a lot better as well this offseason. I like what both of these teams have been doing the past couple of years, by the way. Like, I really like what they've been doing. I'm a football fan first, even though, as you can see, I'm a Patriots fan. I want that September 11th game against Miami is something I really want to watch as a barometer for both teams on how I think they're going to do at least the first half of the season. I love Mac Jones, by the way, but I like Tua a lot as well. So I think that game is going to tell us a lot about both teams, at least for the first half of the season, and it's going to be a very, very big barometer game, and I can't wait to see that game.
Yeah, wow. Oof. Well, as you didn't know, Miami on this show is referred to by me as America's team, because that's my team, of course. Listen, and at the end of the day, of course, love that litmus test in the beginning against the Patriots. And it's funny that you brought up Tua, because I actually was thinking about him today and like how he's like a Bill Belichick Patriots type guy. Like Mac Jones is. It's like he's not very flashy, but he doesn't make mistakes. Tua's made mistakes. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Attempts not to make mistakes.
Caleb's about to fall out of his chair.
He attempts to be mistake free.
Hey, is your wrist okay over there?
I'm talking now. I'm starting to drool as I talk. Like, damn, I just messed up. Anyway, good predictions all the way around. Nick, I'll kick it to you real quick. Give me a prediction. If you have a game, cool. If not, that's cool too. Just give me a prediction on the Patriots season.
6-15. Is that what it is now? How many did they play? 17?
21 games.
Listen, Nick is back in the 80s with his retro wall back, his brick retro wall back there. I'm surprised I don't see any spray paint on it.
They'll win six games this year. I don't think Mac Jones is very good. They don't have any receivers. They better have a hell of a line, and they better be able to learn how to run, because who's your top receiver? Jacoby Myers? Good luck with that. I don't think that they're going to do any good. Plus, they don't even have an offensive coordinator. You got a defensive coordinator coming over to call your plays, a guy who lost like all of his games in Detroit. Come on. They're not trying to win. And plus, that Bill Belichick has been 500 ever since Brady left. So we are not going to be expecting big things out of New England. Their time is over. Buffalo is the king of that division now.
Where did Bill Belichick hurt you, Nick?
I was gonna say, to be fair to Bill's 500 record, he had Cam Newton and then a rookie quarterback. A lot of that can be.
If he's supposed to be this great head coach and he can win with dog shit, what's going on with him?
Nick, this is a celebration of New England, and you have essentially just pooped on you have flandered our guest tonight. I mean,
I'm living up to my name, sir. I'm living up to my name.
Justin, give me a prediction for the season.
Bill Belichick.
Let's not poop on our guests if we can.
That costs extra poop. But
no. Hold on. What did Mike say? I didn't hear what he said.
You obviously root for an opposing team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the last time you guys went to the Super Bowl, he was very happy.
Birds.
I'll go real quick with this one. I'm looking forward to that Minnesota game. It's Thanksgiving. I look at the schedule and I look at that as a turning point game. I think that the first couple weeks, I think it's the first 10 weeks leading up to that, you guys could easily make out with a good 8-2 schedule there. And then that's the one point where I look at there's a difficult team. You're traveling to them, and if you can't get the job done there, it's going to be a long stretch home to a playoff spot. So if you don't get at least 8 wins and then that one, it's going to be hard to get another 2 wins after that. So when I look at that, I look at, it's a big Thanksgiving game. You're away from your families. You want to go out there and get a freaking W so that on the plane ride home, you can be looking for some turkey and some other stuff at the end.
Yeah, I think all of our guests are pretty much spot on. 10-7, 9-8. I think that's a good range for this team. They went 10-7 last year. I mentioned it, made to the playoffs. What you'll always see from a Bill Belichick team, of course, is discipline and mistake-free football. I mean, ask Ramondre Stevenson, ask anyone who tried to step up in a starting role and made a mistake. You hit the bench. So, again,
Randy Moss.
Good disciplined team, able to come in 10-7, 9-8 is good. Lost some pieces on defense though. So when we talk about fantasy rankings, if we get to the defense, somebody that came in number 2 last year, don't see them coming in that high. Again, schedule, all that plays a factor as well. So who knows, of course. All right, we're gonna hit a quick commercial break. When we get back, time to play some feud, and we're gonna see. Talked about them bandwagon earlier. We're gonna see who the bandwagon is, Andrew. I thought I hit it myself.
Hayden, we love fantasy football. We do. It's a fantastic game, yet still not perfect. Like, I hate leaving high-scoring players on my bench.
The worst, man.
In fact, hate it even more when I put injured players and they're in my starting lineup.
Can't have that.
And I need a life. The waivers, the trades, every single week, it grinds on me. So we at Underdog Fantasy want to make fantasy football easier for everyone out there. It's called Best Ball, and we set your optimal lineup for you each and every week. You can do it all year long. We have drafts going all the way from February to week 1 of the NFL season. What are you waiting for? Use our awesome early sign-up offer to get a little extra something on that first deposit and that first time you play on Underdog Fantasy.
You put them up, reach the skies, touch the stars up above, cause it's one time for the underdog, one time for the underdog.
Not been on. I don't think Caleb and Mike has been on for a feud before. I know Andrew's been embarrassed a few times before on here. So what we're gonna do tonight, since we got 3 of you, and I know keep trying to get Bob in, but his signal keeps dropping. So I wanted to have 2 versus 2, but I think just to kind of kill time, we're just gonna go a triple threat match. So basically, how the rules are: I'll read the question out. You'll yell out the answer as soon as one you may know. If it's better than the rest, then you get control of the round, just like traditional Family Feud anyway. Has everyone pretty much got that?
I'll volunteer to join a team if that makes it easier.
Nope,
Yeah,
sure don't. It's time to play the feud.
He said nope.
Brad?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. It's going to be a long game.
All right, Caleb, you looked a little confused, so I'll just reiterate again. So what we're gonna do is I'll yell the question out, all right, and if you know it, just say it. I don't have a buzzer. That was the only main thing. So that's the main rule. Let's just try to get in there with that. All right, here we go, guys. First question of the night. I'm gonna hit you right. I hope there's Patriots fan watching tonight, because I want you to, if you're sitting next to a Patriots fan and they're watching, I want you to sit and look at their face, see if they got something for this. Top 5 answers on the board. Give me the top 5 leaders in rushing yards for the Patriots all time.
The Garrett Blunt.
Look, Garrett Blunt ain't even close.
Corey Dillon.
Corey Dillon, although close to this list.
Kevin Falk.
There for like 3 seasons.
What was that?
Kevin Falk.
Kevin Falk is correct. We're having some internet issues, so I don't want to keep hitting the little dingies. I think Bob's trying to come in. It's like mess a little bit up. No brickies. Great job. You got control, Andrew.
You
Kevin
just
Falk
didn't want to make that noise for me. I know.
He is number ding ding ding. He is number 5 on this list with 3,607 yards all time. You got control, sir. Go ahead.
All right. We're gonna have to go with. Man, I would have thought Corey Dillon was on there too. I can't even think of other running backs right now. Holy crap! Yeah, give me the X. I can't think of another running back. I gotta keep thinking. I gotta keep thinking.
I got a couple.
Because one of the answers is, Sam Cunningham.
Sam Cunningham, numero uno on this list.
Sam Bam Cunningham.
Yep.
That's the name that was stuck in my head, and I just couldn't get it out.
Remember, we've had that before.
I know.
1 and 5 now. So cute. Let's get the meat now. Let's go. You got the bread. Let's get the
we got
meat.
Cunningham, we got Falk. We're gonna go with Martin.
Curtis Martin. Good job.
What the hell was that one for?
That's supposed to be the final one. That's my fat finger. I got a new computer tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I got fat fingers, too, at that. Curtis Martin, number 4, 3,700. My writing's bad, but 99 looks like. You got number 2 and number 3 with 2 strikes left.
Bro, Coop, real quick, I got you on the backstage
Thank
stuff.
you.
Don't worry. So your fat fingers can stay intact, bro.
Appreciate you. Damn. Nick, after a year, you ain't sitting there still in your...
I have never heard someone say so many wrong things.
Now you're just fucking with me.
All right, what you got, Drew?
All right. It's so hard to think of running backs that were relevant.
Yeah, I mean, these are
Just
not your
old
era.
enough. I have one I can think of who might be on there.
Well, wait, you get your chance to steal, Mike.
I'll be dead after that because I can only think of one.
Well, that's your chance to steal it from him. Let's see. All right, Drew, come on. These are out of your era, so if you know them or you don't.
I mean, let's go more recent. I guess we'll say.
Even though I just said it was out of his era, just hit that
button. Oh,
just hit the button.
You say that. Hit the button. I don't know what
I have never heard someone say so many wrong things, one after the other, consecutively in a row.
I got 3.
Let's give Mike the chance to steal first because he has said he had an answer. Mike, who do you think's on this list?
This is from my era, from when I was in high school. Tony Collins. I'm assuming he's on there because he was around for a while.
Tony Collins is on this list.
I can't think of anybody other than Curtis Martin. That was one I would have named too.
No, good job. You steal it there, Mike. Caleb, do you have maybe number 2 on the list though?
Jim Nantz.
Wow, you didn't pull it out. Holy shit. Hit that one. Hit that one correct one. Come on.
There we go.
Hey,
I don't know.
I think Bob's ready backstage. You want to throw him in?
Listen.
Oh, he's moving.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in if he's ready. Listen, that's very impressive. Bob, welcome to the studio, sir.
Hey, I guess I got to use Chrome to get in because Streamline doesn't like when I'm getting in the other way. So,
all right.
Well,
Either way, you've come to save the day. We got listen, let's team them up. We got Caleb and Mike on one side. You guys already got one, and we'll team Andrew because he knows nothing with Bob. And let's go. We're playing basically Family Feud is what we're playing. So I'm gonna ask this next question. If you know the answer, just yell it out. If you guys get it, you get control, just like Family Feud, and can try to finish out the board. That's basically how it works. All right, so top 5 answers on the board. I'm gonna ask your fandom again. Give me all-time top 5 Patriots in receiving yards.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker is on this list.
Stanley Morgan's number 1.
You gotta wait because Caleb got a control for the round and the buzzer didn't go.
All right, so we got Wes Welker. Obviously, he just said Stanley Morgan.
So Stanley Morgan is also correct. Number 1 on the list. So you got Stanley Morgan, number 1.
Gronk.
Ooh.
Gronk is correct. Number 2 on this
Oh,
list.
years, baby. A lot of catches.
The Gronkinator.
You got Stanley Morgan. You got Stanley Morgan, Rob Gronkowski, Wes Welker. 2 more Patriots on this list.
I know the other 2.
Wait, Bob,
He said I know the other 2.
Edelman.
Edelman is correct. That is number 4 on this list.
Very
Brown.
nice.
And we got one more. What was that?
Brown.
Troy Brown is correct. I hope we're not Googling because that's
Everybody played with Brady.
all right.
go.
So I'm going to take away the Google from everybody. And we got a 3rd round question that no one can Google this quick because I'm not going to tell you where I found this until later. But top 5 places in Boston to get a lobster roll.
Oh, in Boston itself or New England?
In Boston. I just looked Boston. That's what they gave me.
Illegal seafood.
Number 1 place regionally is the Beach Plum. They win it every year, but they're in New Hampshire.
I do believe Bob gave an answer there, Coop. Is
What
it
did he
correct?
say in here?
He said legal seafood.
He said what? I'm sorry?
Legal seafood.
Legal seafood is not correct.
In Boston itself, I have no idea.
I don't get to Boston that often.
In the city.
So was this too bad? Was this too much? I think was this a bad one?
Yeah.
This was a bad one, my man.
If you ask me who Jimmy Garoppolo threw his first touchdown pass to, I can get that. But
Listen, we're trying to celebrate the city and the culture. That's why I just thought maybe you guys knew. All right, well let's go.
People wouldn't actually go into Boston to get a lobster roll.
Yeah.
Or go to places where lobster got pulled out of the ocean that morning.
Oh, that what's funny? What's funny is like
Marquis or Browns or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So that's the tourist in me. When we went to Boston, all I could ever still think about is lobster rolls. So that's on me. All right, I'm just gonna give you the list. It was from TripAdvisor. So if you're in Boston, check it. You want to check out James Hook and Company. That's number 1. Number 2 is the Boston Sail Loft Restaurant. 3 is Luke's Lobster Back Bay. 4 is the Neptune Oyster. And number 5 is Yankee Lobster. Hope you wrote all that down, and you're definitely going to forget it, I'm sure. All right, let's go. We're going to go back to football, thankfully. All right, give me top 5 all-time New England sack leaders.
Andre
Tippett. Yep.
Andre Tippett is correct. I didn't see who said that, but
Boy, Bob.
all right. So Bob and Andrew, you control this round. Go right ahead.
Willie McGinnis, Tony McGee.
Whoa. One answer at a time, buddy. One answer at a time.
We got a show right here. Huh? You wait till the guy. We got a show right. So Willie McGinnis is correct at number 2. You got Andre Tippett at 100. Tippett 100 sacks, 78 for Willie McGinnis. All right, who else you got, Bob?
If you go back all the way, but Tony McGee should be in there.
Tony McGee is not in here. Ooh.
All right, Mike. What are we thinking?
Well, you got two more. You got two more.
Right away.
Jump the gun.
So now I'm like,
Well, they got two more. They got two more they can miss. Bob, you got anything else? Or Andrew, are you going to help Bob out at all? Or
I don't think I would be helping him out.
This is what I mean. This is why I paired you two up, because I already knew.
Can I guess again?
Yeah, go ahead. Man. You got two more strikes left.
Well, Chris Slade should be in there.
Chris Slade is in there. He's at number 3 with 51. Good job.
Nice.
So you got 4 and 5 left.
Let's see. Julius Adams should be up there.
Julius Adams is not in there. Right, 2.
I'm waiting for Bob's face to shoot up and call bullshit on you.
One more, Bob. One more. You got one more strike against you. I can't even say Andrew. You have no teammate.
No.
It's all you, bro.
Who is his teammate supposed to be? Caleb?
No, me.
Oh, right, exactly.
Well, probably Ray Hamilton would be the next one.
I didn't hear the first name, but there is no Hamilton. Indeed. That is your 3rd strike.
Good job, Bob.
All right, Mike, Caleb, you have your chance to steal. Do you have number 4 and 5 on the sack leader list?
There's a name I want to say, but it's close.
say it. Go ahead. Throw it out.
Richard Seymour?
Richard Feed Me Seymour, not on the list.
That was tough.
Caleb, that's the only name I was thinking.
It is tough now.
On this list, number 4, Mike Vrabel was number 4, 48 sacks. And Rob Ninkovich is in at number 5. So, hey, now we're reaching the way back machine. So
Damn. I didn't even know Vrabel was that good at getting the quarterback.
I want to dispute this, though. I want to dispute this because that's probably coming from the NFL Pro Football Reference, right?
That is correct. Here we go.
I told you.
Pro Football Reference is wrong.
He said, I'm calling you straight up out of your bullshit, sir.
Listen, I've gotten it wrong plenty of times on this show, sir, but this time, no, I'm just joking.
Andre Pickett has 100. Julius Adams has 79.5. Willie McGinnis has 78.
Yep.
Tony McGee has 70, and Ray Hamilton has 54.
So I don't have any of those guys you mentioned. I'm not sure what's up with that. My bad. I just go off what the data tells me. I don't know what to say.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, right now Boston is losing to Golden State 16-27.
Oh, that's fun in a game. What is that? Game 5 in a first quarter with your fake background. All right, number 5. This is the last one on this list. Listen, I'm going to give you guys a chance to make something happen here. Whoever wins this one wins it all. And I did it on straight Boston again. So this is good. But this one you guys should know. This is stuff I even knew. So it's not a big deal. But give me the best places to visit when you go to Boston. Top 5.
Fenway Park.
All right, Caleb, I heard you first. What was it?
Fenway Park.
Fenway Park is correct, and it's number 1 on this list. You guys.
The North End.
The North End is correct. It is on this list at number 5.
Also known as Quincy Market.
What was that one? Say that again.
Justin Hall, also known as Quincy Market. It'll be one of those two things, but it's the same place.
I don't have that one here, sir. I'm not in the top 5. That'd be 1 strike.
That's odd.
TD Garden.
That was odd.
TD Garden is not also on this list.
Cooper, are you sure you heard Mike say Faneuil Hall as well as Quincy Market? Was Faneuil Hall?
Yeah, Faneuil Hall.
Yes, I heard.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the reference of where this is from, so that way nobody kills me after. All right, guys, you got one more strike Give me a place to visit in Boston.
And the Freedom Trail.
Wrong team, Bob. Wrong team.
That's correct, but it's on their team. So that's
So
number
the
two.
Freedom Trail's one.
That's number two. So on this list left is number 3 and number 4 on the list.
Old Ironsides.
Old Ironsides, maybe it's known as something else, is not on this list. So that's your third one.
Oh, hell no!
I got one.
All right, hold on. Bob and Andrew, 3 and 4 on this list. Do you got it?
Franklin Park Zoo.
Franklin Park Zoo is not
No!
on this
Franklin Park
list.
Zoo.
No!
I was gonna say.
Can I say it?
Constitution.
The U.S.
Stop it. Get some help.
Can I say it?
Nick, what do you got? Go ahead, Nick.
How about we go to Cheers or the Bull and Finch?
Well,
Oh, there
Cheers
we go.
would be cool. I went to Cheers. That was fun. But it's not on this list either. It actually has number 3, the Museum of Fine Arts.
Who?
Okay.
Number 4, the Boston Tea Party Museum. So
Yeah,
that,
That would have been
is-
the thing I said
that
after Old Ironsides was the Tea Party ship. Yeah.
all right, that's why I said it might be known as something else. That was on TripAdvisor, so nobody kill me on that. TripAdvisor.com. If I guess
They
apparently
suck.
if you want to go to Boston,
there.
if you want to go to Boston, don't look at what's ever going on TripAdvisor. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. Thanks so much.
Hold
That was a lot
on.
of fun.
Who's
Yes,
the
sir.
winner? Who's the loser? We got something for
Oh.
everybody.
Oh, you do? All right, cool. Well, I believe it was Caleb and Mike who ended up finishing as the winners today.
By default, we won. Default.
That's all you really need in life is Chuck Norris's approval. And for the losers,
You get
Okay, here you go.
nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And Bob is just so disgraced at your the questions you had and your information. He just said no.
I don't. Hey, listen, I don't blame him, bro. Nothing.
Bob
wrong
was
with
helping
that.
their team.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk about in this next commercial about the fantasy league on your show. We get back. We're gonna talk fantasy rankings on the Patriots. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. Want to give your own fantasy league that extra professional touch? Say less. We got you. TSS was based off a show that we did on our own fantasy league. Night, sorry, and now possible playable. You're on your way. Now we want to bring that professional, fun, and creative side to your fantasy league. And you can do it for as low as $5 extra per owner.
Oh my.
I will guarantee it will increase your interactions within the league, create more fun, friendly banter, and give your league that extra real-life feel that you didn't know it needed. We look forward to interacting with you and your league soon. Don't forget TSSFantasy.com. Go visit it today. Get signed up. We are the fantasy show of the people. Man, and the question, oh my bad. We're back with rankings time, and the question, of course, is: are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Ready. Ready.
Okay, I was waiting to get off unmute. All right, so going into our fantasy predictions for New England, usually a ho-hum type of group to talk fantasy about, and it looks like we're going to continue that again. Mac Jones last year finished QB 18, not too bad, but outside top 15. Played all 17 games, and don't forget the outlier of the one game in Buffalo that I don't think anyone could have thrown anything in. So take that into account as well for that ranking as well. So, but also, again, you can spin numbers the way you want. Finish well below Lamar Jackson, who missed quite a bit of games there. So there's again, we can go through the numbers and play with them all you want. But the fact is, you did have an addition with Devonta Parker. Now, again, as an Americans team consultant, I can't tell you that Devonta Parker ain't shit. No, just kidding. Devonta Parker can put in big games when he's properly motivated. I've seen it on the field 100 times. I've always said big knock on him as he just has no oomph. Like there's no those guys that go up and get that jump ball. He just doesn't have it in him to go get it. So that was just, again, his years in Miami, maybe a new scene, maybe basically he's going to have a chance to be the number one guy in Bill Belichick's offense. That's saying a whole lot. So we'll see what a motivated Parker will do for him. However, for my prediction for Mac Jones this year, 22. I think he takes a little step down, a little bit of a sophomore slump in that. Justin, what do you think?
Yeah, so as of right now, he is hanging around QB 24. So, I look at this, I go, he finished the best of all the rookies last year, and as of right now, he's ranked the lowest of all the rookies. And there's a lot of, prove-its out there. Mac Jones proved it last year. Mac Jones has great anticipation. He has great timing. Couple stats I pulled. He had a 58.2% completion rating against pressure. That was second in the league for a rookie. He had 60% completion rating in the red zone, seventh. He was money. He had 35 money throws, which on Player Profiler, that equates to passes that shouldn't really have gotten there. Like their passes are just a little bit extraordinary. Oh, sorry. I thought I was official here. You know what I mean? Like you're clicking. You're like, I'm good. I'm good. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
no, impress it with the stats though.
3,800 yards in his rookie year. And he was on an offense that was a rushing offense. Right. He is a steal right now at QB 24. His only downfall is the only person I've seen look worse running it was his predecessor, Tom Brady. so that is his one downfall compared to the rest of the rookie class. Outside of that, he has got the most down. I mean, he knows how to throw the ball into tight spaces, which is a trait that you usually acquire as a veteran in this league, but he did it as a rookie. So I'm 100% in on Mac Jones. If he falls to me as a QB3, I am more than ecstatic. Where he is going right now is around the QB2 range in Superflex.
Jesus is a believer, Nick. What say you for Mac Jones?
Well, at the time I did these rankings, I had him at 22, sandwiched in between Lawrence and Tannehill.
You're copying my rankings, exactly. Right.
Dude, it's May. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. The only Jones I have worse than Mac Jones is Daniel Jones, and I might put Mac Jones even lower. So he is gonna be. I'm telling you, he's gonna be the number one quarterback in handoff stats next season beyond belief, because that's all he's going to be able to do is hand it off. He's not going to throw to anybody because, just like you said, Cooper said, he's throwing to Devontae Parker. Maybe I'll play. Maybe I'll run. I don't know. I'm just not into this whole football thing. And then that's all he's got. He's got no tight end. He's got no other receivers. Who's his tight end?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, right?
I'm sorry, Hunter Henry. I'm
just on a roll tonight. He just
I'm sorry.
You are slandering about right now.
The last tight end I saw out of New England was Gronk. So I don't. Again, he's working with nothing. So if he finishes the season around where he finishes last year, consider that a win. but I would call him a streamer at best.
Okay. All right, Mike, I'm going to go to you on this one. We went to Andrew last time. What's your opinion on Mac Jones? Where you think we have him ranked? Think it's about right?
I think it's probably fair. This is a running football team. You mentioned Damian Harris earlier. I was very high on him going into last season. I had a lot of debates, borderline internet arguments with people on Twitter at this time last year when I said Damian Harris was going to be a running back 2 for the season, and you want to draft him because you can get him really cheap. You won't get him as cheap this season. If you're playing super flex, I would draft him probably as your third wide receiver, as Justin said, and I'd be happy. I think this passing game is going to be better this year than it was last year, mostly because of what's happened in OTAs and what we're reading and seeing here in New England. He's taken a big-time leadership role. He's worked with his wide receivers throughout the offseason. He looks really good. But again, Nick, you're not wrong. They're going to run the ball a lot. So that play calling matters. I say it all the time, and lots of times people don't want to believe it. They're like, talent. Yeah, I don't care about talent if the guy can't touch the ball, right? So they're going to run the ball a lot. That's what Belichick wants to do. That's going to hamper his fantasy outlook on the season. So I don't think you have him ranked poorly at all.
Mike, great segue, my friend. It was like you knew where I was heading. Let's go to the running back position. Talking about now last year, Damian Harris, number 8, finished number 8, 2021. Pretty darn impressive in a Bill Belichick offense. Ramondre Stevenson, number 36, and number 51, Brandon Bolden. Did I read this right? Like, is this guy still around? I can't even believe it. So
We followed McDaniels.
I mean, unbelievable. Still a number 51 ranked running back on the season. I mean, he would at least get you some points during the year. So again, we've talked about this being a running team. I have this year, though, again, I have just this offense taking a step back a little bit. I just think the team is not as good as it's going to be from last year. But as you mentioned, a lot of run flow in this offense. So whoever remains this number 1 back, like Damian Harris saw last year, if he can continue this, I mean, top 10 back Damian Harris right now, I'm looking at him at 20. I've seen other rankings have him even lower. He might be the steal of the draft if he ends up sneaking your way in. Guys, we're running out of time. I want to make sure we hit enough stuff. But Andrew, let's go to you on this one. Give me your opinion on Damian Harris and just the running back field in New England in general.
Yeah, I like Damian Harris as I'd say a back end RB2 in my opinion, because I think just out of sheer volume. And look, he's shown to be effective when running straight ahead at the line. He can also kick it out and catch the edge. So I still think Damian Harris is going to be the lead back there. Stevenson should see some more run. I'm not too worried about the Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris coming in. Bill doesn't like to throw the rookie running backs out there very often, so I think those are going to be depth guys. Learn the feel of the team, and then when it's time to pay Damian Harris, they're going to let Damian Harris walk and let one of these young guys come in. That's kind of the template.
That's
but
the
real
Patriot
fast
way.
Yeah, but real fast before we run out of time. A lot of people forgetting James White is coming back to this team. Going to be a big part of this offense. Could be a big step of Mac Jones moving forward. It's going to add that extra angle that they did not have last year as far as a true versatile running back receiver in a way. He can split out wide. He's going to run those wheel routes better than Harris or Stevenson could. So look for White to return to an X factor for this team.
Yeah, a good PPR add too. So good point to that also. James White could end up being a great PPR steal for you as well. Let's get to the receivers. Jacoby Myers last year, 41. Kendrick Bourne, 52. Nick, by the way, Hunter Henry last year finished 7th. What are you talking about? They don't have a freaking tight end.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Devontae Parker finished 70, but we know struggling offense. He was hurt last year. So again, out of this group, is there anyone you see that you'd want to make Justin, I'll go to you. Any of these guys you want to take a stab at for this season?
Maybe in best ball. It's not in anything else. I mean, Jacoby Myers, a lot of camp talk has come out that he's gotten a lot bigger. Maybe he can, last the entire season. Maybe he can actually be more physical in the red zone where they actually need him to be physical. As far as, Kendrick Bourne, love Kendrick Bourne, longtime 49er. I won't bet the house that he's going to have a repeat season of last year. And then one guy that I'm interested in is Tyquan Thornton. I was interested in his tape at when we were doing our draft process. I don't think he definitely wasn't a second round pick, but he's an interesting player because he offers that speed element that they've kind of been searching for with Aguilar. And, they brought in a couple other guys. I don't know, if this is going to be something, maybe they start to use Mac Jones's arm a little bit more, maybe some play action passes, maybe some deep balls. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him.
Yeah, indeed. Bob, I'll go to you, sir. Is there any Patriots receiver this year that you like or think you would target in a fantasy draft?
Parker is probably the number one pick, but the guy they're talking about now is this guy, Trey Nixon, at camp. We're real early, but if you want to just keep an eye on him, he's got some talent. And this Thornton guy, he's got some speed. He might get 3, 4, 5 touchdowns, but I wouldn't say any of these receivers are going to be in the top 40 or 50.
Indeed. Mike, we're going to close out with you because I don't want to say anything to Nick about their tight end because he don't know what he's talking about. Hunter Henry, top seven last year. Do you find him finishing in the top 10 this year?
Well, with the way tight ends are, it's definitely possible because of how he's used in the red zone. He'll need to get touchdowns just like he did last year to support that scoring. He scored quite a few touchdowns last year. No, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I would say it's possible. I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him. I will probably myself in redraft at some point if I can't get a top-tier guy because why not? But I think they're going to spread the ball around. They have a lot of guys that are like second-level talent here, and I think you're going to see them spread the ball around a lot. And when somebody mentioned Kendrick Bourne, he's probably the best route runner on the team, which bodes well for him to repeat, actually, because Mac's so accurate with his passes. If I was going to take a stab in best ball, he's the guy I'm probably going to draft there.
Yeah, and I like Hunter Henry. Long as he can stay healthy, nice big target for Mac Jones. Can't go wrong with that there. Yeah. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Big celebration of New England, the Patriots. Almost made me sick. We're good. Guys, do us a favor. Mike, tell all of our guests where they can find all your great stuff at.
So you can find me on the undroppables.com. Every week during the season, I write a waiver wire article. Comes out every Tuesday morning. And Moneymakers and Heartbreakers comes out Thursdays. It's a hybrid DFS / sit-start type article. You can also find me on a podcast called The Cheat Sheet, where we go through different priced players for you set your DFS lineups on Sunday with.
Nice. Nick needs to pay attention to that. Let's go to Bob, my friend. Tell us where we can find all your great stuff at, sir.
The best bet is just go to Twitter at Bob the Stat Guy. Pat Stat Guy Bob.
He don't know his own website.
It's on the YouTube site. We got it. We can see it.
It's enough. I'll be doing a couple podcasts later, but there's no name for them yet, so I'll put that out there on Twitter and stuff. So
all good, man.
I apologize for the giving you a hard time about the sack, but that's kind of a stat that I.
Hey, you don't need to apologize, man. I appreciate you muscling through the show. Trust me, I give people a hard time for a living. Andrew, speaking of hard time, tell us where we can find your great stuff at, my friend.
Yeah, you can always find me at Real Mr. Mallard on Twitter. I will be having weekly rankings coming out as the season starts, as well as random kind of op-ed articles on the bellyupsports.com website. And then as well, if you fancy golf, every Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., my golf show Divots and Pivots airs. And big show coming up this week on Saturday, actually, from 4 to 7 in Middletown, Mass. at the Clubhouse. We will be live on site. You can come out and meet us. We'll be playing around in the simulator. We have a giveaway from Piper Golf as well, and we'll just be hanging out and watching the U.S. Open. So if you're in the area, in New England, Boston, wherever, stop on by the Clubhouse in Middleton, 4 to 7.
Perfect plug on a perfect show, perfect guest to have on. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate you. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're heading to Buffalo. Another city, I can't believe it. Anyway, love you guys for coming on. We appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can have you on later on this season. To all of our fans, hit that subscribe button. Go to TSS Fantasy. We appreciate you, and we are out.
Nick's going through a flaming table.
We're on a mission.